Welcome, leaders, teams, and those ready to take charge of their energy. It's Kelly Buboltz, your guide in workforce energy management. Burnout is not just a buzzword, it's a symptom of deeper root cause stressors. We're here to stop waiting for the change and start leading it. It's time to reclaim our energy and lead our days with intention and purpose. Part of moving out of zombie mode is no longer acting dead. But if you're anything like most people deep in burnout or this chronic stress, you've kind of lost your sense of identity. The hobbies that once lit you up now kind of collect dust. You go through day after day, week after week, and suddenly a year is gone. And you kind of struggle to find what re-energizes you. Even rest doesn't feel restorative. It feels like just a small pause in the grind, never being able to catch up. But then there are moments that break through. The other day, I watched my kids outside. They had sticks in hand and they're casting spells across the yard while our free-range chickens were darting through their imaginary battles. It looked ridiculous. There was no fancy setup, no planned itinerary, no mom getting involved, no screen-based stimulation, just pure, unfiltered creativity, mixing 3 types of movies together. The kind of magic you can only create from nothing. And I'm watching them. I was reminded that childhood is one of our most resilient stages of life. Kids don't just adapt to their environment, they thrive in uncertainty. They ask, what if? Without fear. And they chase the fun. They bend the rules of reality. Then they turn a stick into a wand, a rock into a treasure, and a backyard into an epic battlefield. Somewhere along the way, though, we've stopped doing that. We started treating adaptability like it's a performance metric, something tied to productivity, problem solving, and operational efficiency. We measure it in how quickly we can pivot in a meeting or adjust to software changes. But real adaptability, the true behavior of it, it's not just tactical. It's imaginative. It's the ability to wonder, to suspend this disbelief, to see something ordinary and still believe there's power in it. And that kind of energy, the creative, playful, perspective-shifting kind, it's exactly what fuels productivity, problem solving, and innovation, not the other way around. I love seeing at conferences and programs when you start talking about these thought-provoking ideas that aren't too far away, how people come back to life like they had a surge of energy. Because we're not stuck in yesterday and the day before and the day before that. They found a space to be creative, to be playful, a space in just space to think. And they started to come back to life. So how do we reclaim it? I'm going to give you some practical ways that we can bring this wand-wielding creativity type of energy back into your life, into your organization. The first one is start with play. Yes, even at work. Set aside some time for unstructured team brainstorms, not tied to immediate deliverables or everything's already broken, we need to find a new way. Let teams explore the what-ifs without judgment and rush. You can host reverse thinking sessions where people are encouraged to come up with the worst ideas possible. But you'd be surprised how some of those ideas shock and spark the gold idea. Play can disarm pressure and reactivate the imagination. Do you allow space for play without pressure? If not, you're missing the thing, the next best thing that might be the re-energizer for you, for your organization. The second thing, revisit your identity. I know we have several episodes on loss of identity, but it continues to come up as others in society continues to demand our time. Revisit your identity beyond your title. Ask yourself, your team, What do you love when we're not stressed out? When we're not constantly busy and overloaded? What makes you feel like you? Not just productive, but alive. So the second one is revisiting your identity. And then the third one is reframing waste. I am huge on reduction of waste, but in a way of ineffective pass-offs and inefficiencies. But sometimes just staring out a window or taking a walk can be seen as waste, when really that's where creativity ignites. You know when you're stressed or you're stuck in this roadblock, a mind block, and you go for a quick walk, and that block is just lifted because you moved, because you gave yourself some space. The brain needs idle space to connect the dots, to imagine alternatives and restore energy. So when you can build in this space throughout your day without guilt, it's not waste. It's creativity. It's innovative thinking instead of always being reactive. The next one is modeling curiosity, not control. Managers and leaders, this one's for you. Instead of always having the answers, always leading the conversations, always facilitating the meetings, can we try to ask more open-ended questions? Like, what's something that we've never tried before? Or if we started from scratch today, blank page, how would we do it? And then give your team permission to imagine differently. Give themselves time to see where that goes. And you'll see with it, energy starts to return. In longer workshops, from the first hour to the last hour, this is a huge shift because you start to see people give permission to imagine, to think, what would this look like? And how would we roll it out? And the whole vibe of the room ignites. The next one is creating energy-friendly environments. It's not about the games. It's not about the food, although food does help. It's about, is this environment one where people feel safe to bring ideas? Are thinking breaks and progress time allowed or shamed? Are different thinking styles welcomed? This is the psychological safety in unlocking imagination. So the biggest hit that we have to do to even reclaim this imagination, this energy within it, is to start to play, revisit your identity, reframe what is waste, model curiosity, and create energy-friendly environments. But the biggest shift I've seen is unlearning. We have to unlearn a bit of adulting to stop viewing resilience as a push through, as the next thing, and start embracing it as a practice of reinventing and reimagining what could be, to see even in the most ordinary places and processes that an email thread, a team huddle, a quiet afternoon, there's still magic to be made. Because burnout isn't just a lack of energy. It's a lack of aliveness. And sometimes all it takes to remember who you are is a stick, a spell, and a little space to imagine again. Today's step matters. It's in the micro moments that real change begins. Managing your energy isn't about shame, blame, or disrupting your lifestyle. It's about the small, intentional choices to reclaim that natural energy. If this episode hit the mark for you, share with others. This journey doesn't have to be lost and lonely, but exciting and full of new paths. See you back here to continue the adventure.